welcome to our evening Facebook Live event. My name is Kristen Meadows. I'm Director of LifeWays, and I have with me Casey Meehan from GHB Insurance. And we're here this evening to talk to you about some changes coming up for this open enrollment period. I always like to think of September as a very beautiful month, but it comes with a lot of change. A change in seasons and people going back to school, and also sometimes some changes to healthcare. So Casey and I are going to talk about those changes. One of them happened at the federal level, Casey, and that was a change to the individual mandate. So there's a tax bill called HR 1 that was signed into law. And what it did is zero out the penalty for folks that don't carry insurance. It doesn't mean that the Affordable Care Act went away, though. That's still very much intact. So Casey, can you speak a little bit more about what folks really should think about if they are reconsidering whether or not they should have insurance?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here.
So the only change to the Affordable Care Act is the zeroing out of the penalty for 2019. For 2018, it's still in effect. And you've heard a lot in the news about repeal and replace, about universal health care, and about a lot of these other initiatives. But the Affordable Care Act is still the law of the land. And in terms of getting enrolled in a plan that is guaranteed issue and doesn't exclude against pre-existing conditions, in terms of qualifying for subsidies if your income qualifies you for that. Here in the state of Washington, we have expanded Medicaid, so if your income's below a certain threshold, you can still qualify for Washington Apple Health. So all those sort of things are still in play for moving forward, and what we're seeing is the market's starting to stabilize a little bit. We saw pretty significant rate increases in 2017, a big market adjustment, and some changes to the market last year, but now we're starting to start see things level out. So the key is that you're going to have options. You're going to, for a lot of people, they're going to be affordable options as well. But the things that you want to consider now that the mandate is gone is going with or without coverage. This year it's a shorter time frame, yes. November 1st through December 15th to pick your plan. But outside of that time frame, you can't get enrolled into a health plan unless you have a life qualifying event. So moving into the state of Washington, having a baby, getting married, getting divorced, losing coverage by leaving an employer that offers you coverage, those sort of things. So it's really key to explore your options November 1st through December 15th and get up and running for 2019, because you don't want to be in a situation in mid-July where you break your hip and you incur the full cost of that experience.
That's right. That time frame goes by very fast, and like you said, and I agree, I think the market has stabilized. There are some changes we're making to the LifeWays plans. For LifeWays, we'll be in 12 counties, which is a reduction from where we are today. But the good news is, no matter where you live in the state, there will be an option for everyone. So right now, our customers with LifeWays plans are probably receiving a letter. It might be in their mailbox already, or they're about to get it, with details about how their plans are changing. You can also go to our website, lifeways.com, or check on our Facebook Live page to get more information about the counties that we're in. So you said November 1st to December 15th. What should people do right now if they're getting these letters or thinking about their changes? What should they be considering as they think ahead?
So I think the big thing to consider is, the majority of people out there this year are going to be in a renewal sort of situation, which is fantastic news for any of us that work in the industry, and a lot of those people that have to move from carrier to carrier to carrier year after year after year. So I want to put your mind at ease for those of you watching that a lot of you are just going to be in a renewal situation where you just need to log into your Health Plan Finder account, confirm that everything is up to date, and away you go into 2019. For those of you not in that situation, getting in contact with a broker like our office, throughout the state, there are certain enrollment centers that have contracted with the Washington Health Plan Finder where you can go get free consultation assistance in helping you answer your questions, troubleshoot application issues, and ultimately, providing a recommendation as to what plan is going to best fit your need moving forward. So
that's great.
there's some information available on the office of the insurance commissioner.
Mhm.
They're the folks that negotiate with the insurance carriers and finalize all the rates and plan filings for the upcoming year. They published some information last week, which is a great little find. So you'll be able to see on there what plans are available in your specific county. Also, any of the rate changes for the upcoming year. LifeWays, 6.5% increase, which is
Yeah.
kind of probably
Not double digits.
not double digits. Yeah, so it's that's kind of the range that we'd expect to see as the market stabilizes and with medical costs continuing to rise and having to account for that. So that's kind of just some preliminary information. That's at insurance.wa.gov. That's insurance.wa.gov. You can see a press release and some information that's really pertinent to you and where you're located.
That's great. From your perspective, with LifeWays changing their footprint, are there any plans out there that look and feel like what people might have in the market right now with LifeWays that might help them as they're...
Yeah, so I mean, the nice thing with LifeWays is they're contracted and partnered with pretty much every dock on every corner. I mean, obviously there are a few exclusions depending on where you are, but you see this open network, the ability to pick and choose. And they've even renewed their contract with Providence and Swedish at the beginning of 2018, which wasn't an option last year going into open enrollment. So I know that was a big, I'm in Thurston County, and that's a big deterrent there with our major hospital there, and especially on the east side of the state in Spokane County as well. So having those major providers come back in is really key. So but in the areas that LifeWays is exiting, you're probably thinking, I want a carrier that has a similar network, and that would be Premier Blue Cross. Same sort of deal, very similar network, partner with every dock on every corner. So it gives you that flexibility in terms of pick and choose who you see for specialty care, or if something arises, you've got all the options at your disposal.
That's great. Well, I'm so glad that you mentioned key things like the dates, November 1st to December 15th. And resources like you are resources people can access right now to get help, along with the Office of the Insurance Commissioner website. I know that to update and renew coverage has gotten a lot easier on the Washington State Exchange. Do you want to give us a sense of what that looks like and your experience? You're an expert on the exchange.
Over the last few years, the Health Plan Finder has made steps every year to make the process as smooth as possible. And so if you're in a renewal situation that we talked about earlier, it's a 5 to 10 minute time out of your day to do it. Where you log into your account, where you get in touch with a broker or navigator throughout the state, able to jump in. There's a little blue hyperlink that says update your plan, renew. You click on that, just verify your address is up to date, contact information, income, if that applies, and away you go. So the renewal process is pretty easy. If you're in a renewal process, automatic renewal situation, you'll actually be renewed automatically without taking any action. But we do recommend that you do just log in and make sure that everything's up to date and that situation does apply.
That's great. Well, with resources like you and the information that we have online, there's a lot of information that people can get access to right now. But I also want to bring one of our customer service representatives into the mix. So Cynthia Covington is going to join us.
Hello.
Welcome. Yeah, so some common questions come up during open enrollment. Can you talk a little bit about what our hours are during open enrollment and any other tips that you think are important for people to hear as they're thinking of
So our hours for open enrollment are going to be 8 o'clock a.m. to 8 o'clock p.m. So customer service will be available Monday through Friday to help point you in the right direction and get you set up with somebody that can help you get enrolled for next year, as well as just help you compare plans, at least start comparing plans. It's hard to compare plans with a new agent or broker who might not be familiar with the plan you were on last year. So that's where we can help get you started, give you your benefits, and set you up with someone who can help for next year.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And do we have any questions? Yes, so just a reminder, you can go to lifewisewashington.com. I think I said lifewisewashington.com, right? So lifewisewashington.com 24/7 and get all the information right now about our 2019 counties and our rates and plans summaries. And then, of course, you can work with brokers like Casey or give us a call in customer service to help navigate what's about to happen over the next few weeks. If you did get a letter in the mail, just log on or give us a call and we can help make sure you don't have a gap in coverage for 2019. Any other questions? All right, well, thanks very much for joining us tonight. Have a great rest of your week.